Alright, for today's lesson we're going to be calculating the area of circles using the formula as well as finding the radius when we're given the area. So our formula for finding the area of a circle is pi times the radius squared. It's always a good idea to go ahead and square your radius first and then multiply it times pi. So let's try a couple examples here. Alright, in example 1 I can see that the radius of this circle is 5 feet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my formula. There it is. I am then going to plug in 5 for my radius. I'm going to then square that to get 25. Multiply that times pi and I get my area, which is 78 5/10 square feet. Okay, let's try it for example 2. Now, if you look at example 2, we're not given the radius. Instead, what we're given is the diameter. So we're going to have to start by addressing that issue, and it's pretty simple. Just going to take that diameter and divide it by 2, and that gives us a radius of 14.5 inches. We'll then plug that information into our formula. We'll square it, multiply times pi, and we get the area, which is 660 and 185 thousandths square inches, and that's our area. Okay, so it's that simple. Multiply pi times the radius squared. And of course this is area, so we need to make sure that we have units that are square units. In example 2, square inches. In example 1, we had square feet. Now what we're going to do is we are going to find the radius when we already know what the area is. So we're going to use the same formula, but we're going to use it in a different manner. So again, I'm going to start with my formula, pi r squared. I'm going to plug in what I know. In this case, I know the area. It's 615.44. And then you can see that that is equal to pi times the radius squared. So now I need to go about isolating my variable, which means I'm going to start by dividing each side by pi. That's going to give me r squared equals 196. Of course, the inverse operation of squaring is square root, so that you can see that that's my next step, because I want to isolate r and get r all by itself. So the square root of r squared is r. The square root of 196 is 14. I just found the radius when I was given the area. Okay? So let's try that again for number 2. We can see that on the green circle I've got an area of 24.6176 square millimeters. So I'm going to start with my formula. That's always a good place to start. I'm going to then plug in what I know, which in this case is the area, and then I'm going to go about isolating my variable. So I'm dividing each side by pi to start. And then of course I'm going to be left with r squared equals 7.86 or 84. I then need to square root each side to find out that my radius is 2.8 millimeters. Thanks for watching.